Hello, people. Hope you're having a great day today. Good afternoon, good night, good evening, wherever you are. Just came back here for a tough day today, and I'm here to speak Arsenal. And just to start, let me check here if it's actually working, because I had some issues to try and do the live today. So I'm not quite sure if something is going on with my live, my YouTube settings. Not quite sure, so let me just go and check it. Oh, this is not the one that I want to go to. Just a second. So I want to know that I'm really streaming right now. I'm not sure. It's not popping up on my YouTube thing. I don't know why it's not popping up. It should be. Makes no sense. Sometimes YouTube is just weird, man. It's just weird. But I think it is because the title of the previous video was uploaded, so just gonna try and keep on going. Hopefully it works. I'm just not sure that it's going to work. Let me just see. Yeah, I just checked. So yeah, we're live at the moment. Sorry about that. Thank you everyone for joining and hearing. Hope you're all alright, having a great day. And we are here to talk about Arsenal again, as always. You know, an Arsenal channel. Let's just start by the Zinchenko news, because I think that's the not so important at the moment. It's just that I genuinely believe that whatever he did today, talking about at Gunner blog, let me just pop up the page, see what we have to say. He's opening about this is coming from The Athletic. He had an interview today. Okay, I have to create an account. I'm not gonna do that. Don't really trust these guys that much. I do see a lot of criticism to Zinchenko, and I can get why he's getting the criticism, because to be honest and to be fair for me, this is kind of a bitch move, and it's not something that should be happening at a professional level while you are in contract with the football club. At the moment, we know he has 1 year left on his contract. He is not trusted by the manager, and if you go on and do an interview and say those type of things, you're not gonna get any further trust. So I think this is a bitch move by the player, and he's basically digging his own grave at the moment, because this is gonna get even worse for him. I think Mesut Ozil did something similar and it didn't went well, so gonna see what we can find about Zinchenko. I liked some of the posts that I wanted to discuss. This is one of them, saying, imagine this little boy who decided who dedicated his entire career existence, sorry, I'm reading nonsense, but who's dedicated his entire existence to becoming good at one particular thing, and he finds at 28 that he is essentially no longer needed, that there are others who can do the job for him. It's not a nice feeling. I get what he's saying why he's saying it, but because Mikel Arteta, when a guy has something against a player, he doesn't play him. It's as simple as that. But on the other hand, we had Kieran Tierney, the best left back at the football club, because he could cross, he could defend, he could overlap. The only reason why I believe he was benched was because he was injury prone, we know that, and because he is not a fullback that is going to invert to the central area. You are that type of guy because, well, Zinchenko is that type of player because he played in midfield and he plays in midfield for his country. If you talk to me and ask me what's his best position, I'm gonna say he's a midfielder. For me, he is a ball-carrying midfielder and a creative midfielder. He's not afraid to play the pass. His passes are very good. He can take the ball away from players, but he's not as good as a CDM defensively. And he can get the ball, take a few players on, leave them behind, pass the ball, or maybe get us a foul. So I genuinely believe his best position is midfielder. The thing is, he has played left back for Man City and for us as well. And he benched Kieran Tierney. We basically erased Kieran Tierney from the squad when he came in. And I know this has to do with injuries and stuff like that. But when Kieran Tierney was available, the manager wasn't playing him. Every time Kieran Tierney was available and the fans were asking themselves why was Kieran Tierney not playing, the guy never said something like that. Like what Zinchenko is doing, the guy never went on and spoke bad about the situation that he was in. I think he said at one point when he came back to Celtic that he was no longer trusted by the manager, and that was it. And that's a normal comment. Basically, the manager binned him, and he never said things like that. And let's be honest here, if you're a football player and you go and say something like that, you're basically not gonna ever play for the football club. I will be very surprised if Mikel Arteta plays this guy next season, if he stays at the club. And if he plays Zinchenko, which I'm just gonna remind everyone, Zinchenko is a player Arteta wanted, and now he is binning him because he's not good enough. So that another transfer window that was awful. We spoke about the transfer window where we got Zinchenko. We said that it was horrible because we had Fabio Vieira, Runerson, Zinchenko, and players that are not even part of the squad right now. Zinchenko was the last one. We're trying to sell Fabio Vieira, and with what Zinchenko did today, I don't think he is ever gonna put a foot on the pitch again for us. And if he does, the manager is just a bitch, I'm gonna call it. If he plays Zinchenko again, the manager is just pure talk. Like, as a football player, when you're under contract, when you are receiving 150k a week for a club and you're not playing, you at least try to get better. I don't trust Arteta's decision making. Let's be completely honest right here. I don't trust the manager's decisions because we have seen how he just bins players. He did that with Mesut Ozil when we still had Mesut Ozil for at least one more year. He did the same stuff for Kieran Tierney. That was the best left back at the football club. And now he is doing it with Zinchenko basically. Although Zinchenko played in midfield some of the games, of the last games of the season, last season. So the manager actually gave you a chance last season to keep playing. You played in midfield, you play as a left back, and he gave you some minutes. You should be thankful because you could be the next Kieran Tierney right now, and you will be. I am sure of that. If there is something that Mikel Arteta does, is exactly this. He bins players, and if you come and talk shit, you are off the football club. We saw what he did with Aubameyang. That I do not agree with that because Aubameyang had a special situation and it was a dick move by the manager. But what you're doing, Zinchenko, is completely wrong. And if the manager bins you and basically isolates you from the squad, I'm gonna back that decision. You do not do that. Being part of a club, receiving money, 150k from the club every single week. You don't go and talk shit about the squad, about the manager not picking you. I think Ramsdale did the same thing. And we saw the downfall of Aaron Ramsdale as an Arsenal player. So basically, you had to learn, bro. Let's be completely honest here, bro. You had to learn. And you're doing exactly what Ramsdale's dad did. The thing is, you're doing it yourself, so it's worse. It's just awful. I think I like some of the other, like this one right here, about his partner, his wife. She doesn't want to show that she's affected for fear of upsetting me even more, but every once in a while the mask slips. So I get it, it's tough for your family, yes. You're still getting 150k a week. It's not like they are not paying you to be at the club. You're still getting money. Try and get better. Go and speak to the manager. Tell the manager that. It's like he wants us to be sad for him. Why do you want us to be sad for you, bro? Just get better. Talk to the manager. What can I do to get better? What can I do for you to pick me instead of a Skelly? What do you want me to do to play midfield? How can I help you? Tell me specifically what do you want for me to get some minutes. And start doing it. It's pre-season still. The Premier League starts in 2 days and we play until Sunday. So still pre-season. You can get some work done and that's it. You should be training with the team right now. But no, you decide to go and speak to the media instead of go and train. You deserve to be on the bench right now. And I actually wanted you to be a midfielder or starting midfielder this season because we're not going to get Eze and Martin Odegaard is not as good. I genuinely think Zinchenko is better than Martin Odegaard. He shoots the ball better with more strength and he is a more creative player. I think he's better than Odegaard, I'm not going to lie. Martin Odegaard has been awful. I'm going to give that as well. He has been awful. I think it cannot get worse than that. But this guy decides to go on social media and talk shit and talk about, oh, poor me, I'm so sad that I'm not playing. Just get better, bro. You have a better life than most of the people. You earn 150k a week every week, bro. It's not like Arsenal is missing any payments for you. You play football, which is tiring. You can get injured, and there's a lot of people around. There's social media and stuff. I know it can be tough, it can be tiring, but it's not like you have to sit on a computer and speak to people all the time in a call center. That's more tiring. You literally play the game we love and get paid for it, and you get a decent amount, bro. 150k a week. And you're just trying to, I don't know, man, like trying to get the fans to be sad about you. Or the manager, oh, poor Zinchenko, let's see what I can do to play him. I get you. Like there should be a part of the script that we're not realizing, and that's Mikel Arteta normally points out a player and doesn't play him anymore. But you had your chance last season when we knew the league was over and the Champions League was the possible trophy that we could get, which we didn't get. But you played in midfielder, in the midfield position several times. They gave you a chance. And now you're crying and moaning. That's just such a dick move by this player. And I genuinely agree with Lee Gunner right here, and I know some people don't like him. I think he's one of the realest Arsenal fans that we have in social media right now. The guy is gonna say the truth as it is. And it's basically what Zinchenko is doing, crying. As I said before, instead of going into social media or to some media outlet and speak about how you feel and things like that, go to a psychologist. Seriously, if you want to speak something about how you're feeling, go to them. Why make it public? Why? It's just gonna make you look worse. That is number one reason for the manager to come now and tell you, because of what you did, you're not even gonna put a shirt on. You're not gonna be in the bench anymore, and you're gonna be isolated, and you're gonna train alone. Because that's a bitch move. That's what I would do. I would be surprised, and I will be even more disappointed than what I am right now with Mikel Arteta if you ever play again after doing that. He's speaking here about it's easily the worst season I've experienced as a professional. I remember he did the same fucking thing when he left Man City, by the way. He left City and he was crying. Was it him or was Gabriel Jesus? No, I think it was Gabriel Jesus. Yeah, my bad for that. Yeah, because Pep Guardiola plays Zinchenko as a striker instead of Gabriel. So, yeah, sorry about that. I was gonna get something wrong, but I corrected myself. Don't tag me on that. But let's just move on here. Worst season as a professional. The sense of rejection you feel if your manager no longer believes in you can take the stuff out of you. Even if you're the most resilient guy in the planet, and look in the face, the emoji right here. What a bitch move. Is your worst season, and instead of, get your act together, man up, and show the manager that you're worth keeping this season, and that you're gonna be a part of the squad, and you're gonna add possible variants, possible new tactics, new stuff to the team. Instead of doing that, you're crying. You do not imagine you have to know actually the amount of people that would die to put a shirt on, that shirt, the Arsenal shirt on, and defend the club. And if the manager doesn't want to play you, you have no idea the amount of players that would try the best to play and get better. And ask the manager, what do you want me to do? I'm going to do it. I'm going to show you I'm going to do it 100 times better than the ones playing as a starting lineup right now. Instead of doing that, you decide to cry before the new season starts. It's just awful, people. I don't get this type of players. It's like kids. When you don't give a candy to a kid and starts crying and crying, it doesn't make any sense. You're getting... If you wasn't getting paid, I would get it. I'm in a country where I've had on my own team players that were not getting paid, and they still went to finals and won titles. But you're playing in England. You're playing in one of the biggest clubs of England. You're in the capital. You're in London. You're getting 150k a week and you're fucking crying because the manager doesn't play you. Get better, for fuck's sake. Just get fucking better if you want to play. Show the manager. Talk to the manager. And if the manager tells you, I'm gonna bin you like I did Tierney, Ozil and whatnot, leave the fucking football club. Because if you want to play, there's a lot of teams that can buy you right now. We're looking to sell you. We're looking to sell you and get some money for a player that we're gonna fucking play next season. So, if you know you're not gonna play for the club, and you want to play fucking football, take a pay cut and leave the fucking football club right now then. But you're not gonna do that. Because you have 150k a week every single week. Because we're not missing fucking payments. And now, because you know you're gonna have to take a pay cut, you're probably gonna save some money. Or buy some business or something like that with that money. Because you can't afford it. You fucking greedy bastard. That's the truth, man. Like, it's just so fucking disappointing that we have these players in such high contracts. And because they don't play, they are moaning. It's just ridiculous. And I spoke about it before, that we don't have enough defensive depth. And I talked to you and I showed you the comments. We basically have 3 players that are going to be covering for 4 positions at the club. And people are calling that defensive depth because out of those 3 players, the 3 can play several positions in the back 4. That's not a squad depth. We had Timber, we had White, who are both right back and centre backs. Both got injured and we had to play Thomas Partey at right back. We had 3 left backs. Zinchenko, Kieran Tierney and Calafiori. They all got injured. We had to play Lewis Skelly. He is now at a left back. We had look that Lewis Skelly is a great player. Or, well, a good enough player to be developed in that position at the moment. Because he's young, he needs to develop it more. He showed us he can play there. And we were lucky to have him. But that is not a squad depth. We had luck. We had to bring a youngster to cover for the 3 that got injured. So, you actually had a chance this season. Yes, we got Mosquera, but Tierney's gone. Tomiyasu's gone. I know another injury-prone player that didn't play last season. He is gone. We got Mosquera in, but he is probably gonna be a centre back. And you had a chance this season just to show people. And you decide to talk and basically bury every chance you had to play here. It's just awful, man. It's not a good take. And it's something that we don't need at the football club. Diva mentality. You're not even a superstar, man. And you're earning 150k a week. Overpaying for ungrateful players. That's what Arsenal does. We overpay for ungrateful players. It's such a shame. I'm really hoping, seriously, if whatever teams bets or 30 million for Zinchenko, I'm selling him. I don't even care. He's not worth 13 million. Selling. 10 million. You're gone. 13 million. You're gone. But I bet you he's not going to agree to any fucking term or contract because he is now earning 150k a week, overpaying for average players. And we know he's average because the manager doesn't trust him anymore. Because this was one of the signings and the manager said, I want Zinchenko. We have Zinchenko now. And it took him 2 seasons to lose trust. So he's an average player. A not good enough player for Arsenal Football Club. I'm going to be fair here. Again, I'm going to speak truth. I genuinely think Zinchenko's better position is in midfield. That's his best position. So we do have the part that what Zinchenko is doing is wrong. But I also understand the frustration. Because he was going to come here as a midfielder and the manager just went in, played him as a left back, and told him, yeah, you can invert to midfield. That's a fucking dick move from the manager. His best position is midfielder. He's not playing there. He was told he was gonna play there, and he's basically a left back that goes into the middle. It's not the same. So there's 2 points. There's 2 areas we can go. The manager being a dickhead, and also, getting certain players between his eyes and not playing him. But again, if you have a problem, if you're not feeling great as a player, you go to a psychologist and you go to the manager. You don't go to social media or to a media outlet and speak the shit that you're talking right now, Zinchenko. Like, seriously, that's not an intelligent move to make. The other thing is, maybe he's just tired. No one's gonna hear him at the club, so he just goes to the media outlet and does that. It's just worse for you. I don't think a team will want a player that does that. So, an awful move by Zinchenko. We'll see what happens. For me, the manager has to bin him. Don't play him anymore. Isolate him from the team. That's not what you do, seriously. That's not what you fucking do. It's just awful, man. Moving on. I'm going to just move on from the Zinchenko thing. Let me just get... Okay, I haven't watched that, but I want to, just to see if I can get some comments for that. This, completely agree with it. Let this sink in. Where's the trophy? Where's the parade, people? I want to know. Where is the Arsenal parade for beating Man City 5-1 and Real Madrid in the Champions League? That's the team that we have become. A team that has won FA Cups under Wenger, that has 13 league titles. Man City have 10, by the way. Almost 26 years since we last won the Premier League. The last Premier League that we had was the Invincibles. That downfall needs to be checked. Needs to be investigated. I know some of it had to do with the with the stadium build, new stadium. We lost some money during that period, but it's been 20 years of the Emirates, and we have not won a trophy at Premier League. We have won a trophy, the FA Cup, but we have not won a Premier League. That stadium has not watched us lift a trophy. Because if you know, the FA Cup is played at Wembley, yeah. It's just awful, man. And that's what we have become. And I know we're gonna speak about it later. The Spurs losing the cup today against PSG, and people were laughing about them and stuff. They were there. I know it was an awful game for them. Like, they were winning 2-0, lost basically in the last 10 minutes of the game. Went on to penalties, and I'll say they lost because mentally, you score 2 goals in the last 10 minutes, then you go to penalties. I don't think they had the capacity to recover from those 2 goals and lost in the penalties. They were winning the penalties as well because Vitinha missed. And yes, they bottled it and we laugh about it and cool. They won an Europa League, a trophy that we haven't won. And I'm going to be honest as well, I remember every single Europa League game under Wenger and Emery and Mikel Arteta. And I always thought we have the team to win the league, the Europa League. Like, we're Arsenal Football Club, we should be winning against them. And I thought we was going to be Chelsea, and it was a very disappointing game. I remember I was at work, and I don't know, bro. Like, I don't even know what happened to the players, to Koscielny as well. It's a nightmare, man. And to know that Spurs won that trophy before us is just draining, man. It's sad. It's awful. I can't even describe you the fact that we saw Spurs winning that title and played today against PSG and almost beating them. Almost. They tied the game, to be fair. Then they lost in penalties, but we know that's a tie. The game in general, for FIFA standards, is a tie. And for me to think, we lost to PSG, Liverpool is lost to PSG, same as Aston Villa, and Spurs tied and Chelsea beat them, it really pains me. So, this is basically what we have become. A team that celebrates games, but not titles. And we have to change that. And with the few of the fans, well, majority of the fans' mentality, top gunners, or title supporters, whatnot, we're gonna keep being the same mediocre team that we are right now. Because we are mediocre. Our celebrations last season were literally games. We cannot say to any football fan, we won the Carabao Cup. And even if we do, they're gonna laugh at us. We won an FA Cup at least. We know that the FA Cup is not as important. We saw what happened to Crystal Palace. They're now gonna have to play the Conference League. We cannot say we challenged for the title, because Liverpool won it easily. We never challenged in points. We couldn't catch him. And we got to the semi-finals of the Champions League. The only thing fair about it is that PSG destroyed Inter. But still, we couldn't win a game against them in the semi-finals. Because I know we beat them at the league stages, but they had a bunch of situations during that time, and I think that league period for PSG was like a wake-up call, and they went on, rised for the occasion, and won the Champions League. A team that I remember thinking, well, Arsenal having won the Champions League, they never have. But there's PSG as well, so there's two teams at least. Two teams. Now there's only us, because PSG just won it. They beat us in the semi-final. And now we are the longest team without the Champions League. We have participated in 39 Champions Leagues and won 0. And we have people here in Central America and all over the world laughing at us because of things like this. We celebrate games, not trophies. That's mediocre mentality. That is not a mentality for the third biggest club in England. We lost every single important value that players like Henry, Bergkamp, Vieira gave us. Ian Wright, Tony Adams. I'm going to talk about Tony Adams right now because he has standards. That's why he has a statue outside the stadium. George Graham as well. I know he coached Spurs, but fuck it, I don't care. He gave us glory. those are the types of values that we should have at the football club, and we just disregard them. We erase them. And this is what I'm going to talk about. We're going to listen to what Tony Adams had to say about the captaincy and the players. Let me just check here. 2 minutes 36. Yeah, let me just check here. Because I think I'm gonna try and get the longest video. I think it's the same, so we're just gonna listen to it and I'm gonna comment about it.
You're not going to win the league with Odegaard as captain. I'm sorry.
Are you a fan of Arteta?
Oh, I think he... What?
We're just starting and I just love it. 10 seconds in. You see that Tony Adams does? It's basically like the laugh that Luis Enrique gave us when he beat us in the Champions League. Remember that the journalist asked, Mikel Arteta says, and the guy just laughed. This is basically the same. And my point is, Luis Enrique, a manager that has standards, that has won it all. He won a trophy today. And a captain that gave us a lot of trophies and was captain of the football club at 17 years old. That has a statue outside our ground. So, it's a standards. And we have two people, different people, one associated with the football club that has a statue outside the stadium, and a manager that has won it everything. Both basically having the same reactions. One was laughed because he was laughing, and this one is like a type of moan. Mikel Arteta. He could not watch the guy asking the question in the eyes and say, yes, I trust him. No, because he knows the type of shit manager that we have. I bet to you he sees the same thing most of us see, which is we are still doing the same issues, we're the same mistakes, that we did 3 seasons ago. We still lack creativity, we still don't have what it takes to win a title. We are still look like we're missing something. We're not looking good. This preseason wasn't good. So he's looking at it right now, and he has spoke about this team before, and he has been getting backlashed. And for me, it's just a disgrace that the fans say that he's a dinosaur, that he played in a different era, that he's just jealous of Mikel Arteta. Bro, what does he... Let me just formulate the question better. Why do you think he has to be jealous of Arteta? He wasn't like he's not a well-known manager, Tony Adams. He is known for his time as a player. But Mikel Arteta is basically here for free. That this is his first fucking job. And he has won 1 FA Cup. And after it, he has won fuck all after spending 1 billion. That is not a good manager. Give that money to Pep Guardiola. Give that money to Luis Enrique. Give that money to Inzaghi. They will be crowned champions. Any team. Champions of a league. Champions of a Champions League. Whatever. They will be champions if you give them 1 billion euros. And we have Mikel Arteta that has won nothing after we started to spend money. That's a disgrace. So I don't think Arteta is a better manager than Tony Adams. It's just that we never gave Tony Adams the chance. But we are giving a first-time manager like Mikel Arteta that was an average player for us and an average captain. And we're giving him the chance. Like, take. First job, yeah. Arsenal. We're giving it to you. You trained under Pep. You should be good. If he was any fucking good, we would have won a Champions League or a Premier League already. Remember, we were 8 points clear. 8 points clear, people. And we bottle it. And we're laughing at Spurs right now for bottling a title when they actually won an Europa League that we couldn't win under Mikel Arteta. It's a disgrace. Let's keep on going.
He's got a really big call to make this year. And for me, he hasn't done it. And the call is to make Declan Rice the captain. I think Declan is my kind of captain. And what it might do, it might free Odegaard up to play with a bit more freedom. Terry Venables did it. He took David Platt and he put me as captain. And Glenn Hoddle took me out and put Alan Shearer, which was a silly decision. But every now and again, as a manager, you have to put someone that reflects you, that reflects the football club, that you think you can actually take it to the next level.
Does he reflect Arteta?
I think he's better than Arteta. I think he's a winner. I think he's an Arsenal leader in the dressing room, around the training camp. He's got standards, he's got principles. I think big managers go, right, actually, you're my man now.
Did you say, I think Rice is better than Arteta, he's a winner, as in Arteta's not a winner?
Well, I think, yeah. Well, no, I'm just saying he's got an opportunity.
Let me just pause it there. I know it was a great question. But he's right. Arteta, yes, he won FA Cups with us and stuff like that. Declan Rice literally put West Ham on his shoulders when he was there. He was West Ham captain and he took West Ham to win an European trophy. I know it's the Conference League, but they won it. And we cannot say anything about the Conference League, the Europa League or the Champions League because we have not won it. We won the Cup Winners' Cup, cool. It's not called like that anymore. It's not a trophy right now that, we play. There's not Cup Winners' Cup. There is the Europa League, the Conference League and the Champions League. He took West Ham to win a Conference League. A major trophy for West Ham. A team that are not known for winning things. They are known for being middle of the table to kind of low type of teams. They have been around in the Premier League and stuff, but that just tells me and Tony Adams knows what he's saying. The manager we have is not a real winner. And when we won one of the FA Cups, he was in the bench because he was not good enough. And he was getting old and stuff. This guy, Tony Adams, won things for us. He won things at the club. Helped the history of the club. We are big. And a lot of these things that we are a big club are due to his tenure at Arsenal Football Club. Tony Adams helped the history of the club. And we have Arteta right now that is damaging the history of the club. I remember this one like it was yesterday. I remember when we were 8 points clear. Social media, pundits, commentary guys saying almost every game, no team has lost the league at this point after having an 8-point lead. And what did we do? We went on and lost a title. That's awful. Now we are the only team, again, talking about other things, we are the only team with big tenure in the Champions League that has never won it. PSG was one of them, and we couldn't beat them. They have now a Champions League, their first one, and now we are the only club that has been 39 times in the Champions League competition and has never won it. That is not helping the history of the club. And some people is gonna say, yeah, but he made us, Mikel Arteta made us the team with more FA Cups in England. Cool. Why haven't we won it again? Why do we win the FA Cup every single year? It makes no sense, people. We're winning the FA Cup every single year. We should be winning more. You know, we have 14, let's have 15, let's 16. Let's create a gap between us and Man United because they are the second team with most FA Cups. We have not won it. The Carabao Cup, we have 2 Carabao Cups only. And we have not won it. We win the competition every single time we can. Because there's bigger fish to fucking fry. And we have never caught one of those fishes. Let's keep it going.
This year to actually turn into a winner. 5 years now. 5 years. He got great success at the start with a very defensive team. He got everyone behind the ball, basically. And we nicked the FA Cup. So going on and winning leagues, to win league titles, you have to be a Klopp, you have to be a Ferguson, you have to lead by example, you have to be a winner, you have to go about your business, and that reflects in your captain. And by making Odegaard a captain is a reflection of Arteta, and I can really see that. And I'm seeing Declan Rice as a captain, but I'm saying to Arteta, come on, step up now. It's your time to be a winning manager and a fantastic manager, because you're not going to win the league with Odegaard as captain. I'm sorry. It's going to be a rotation job, and you're going to get the same mentality of sometimes him and that one to come out and that one to go in and that one. You know, you've got someone in there that's going to play every game all season, that's going to encourage people to come in and do this and do that and lay the foundations of a title-winning team. Declan Rice can do that. Odegaard can't. Come on, Arteta, make him captain.
I love the last part. I'm just going to hear it again.
You have to go about your business. You have to be
let me just...
So going on and winning leagues, to win league titles, he's got great saying. He's got an opportunity this year to actually turn into a winner. 5 years now. 5 years. He got great success at the start with a very defensive team. He got everyone behind the ball, basically, and we nicked the FA Cup.
I want to pause it there. Tactics. He mentions tactics. As of right now, currently, today, year 2025, August, we have one plan. And it seemed to me like the manager changed that plan the last game of the pre-season against Bilbao. Like, you know, more freedom, more like sometimes playing like Arsenal used to play under Wenger. Cool. But afterwards, like, if you talk about Arsenal having more plans, tactics or whatnot, we have one plan. Isolate Martinelli, wait for him to cross, give the ball to Saka, play on the right, and hope for Saka to do something. Before that, the only trophy the manager has won was parking the bus. We beat Man City with a counter-attack that Aubameyang lobbed the keeper. That Maitland-Niles helped us to win. Look at the player that we are talking about right now. Maitland-Niles, a Highland player that we binned as well. And he got this manager an FA Cup. Same as Aubameyang, another player that the manager binned. Aubameyang gave this manager 4 years after he won us the FA Cup. 4 more years on the job. Because if it wasn't for that FA Cup, this manager would have been sacked already. And we're talking about tactics. He had tactics against City, man. Like, we parked the bus. Why? Because we knew that was the only way we could beat Man City at the time. Because how do you beat teams that are better than you? You park the bus, you wait for them to come, and hope to score in a counter-attack. That's how you fucking win games, with tactics, with different plans, players. Like, I don't mind right now at this stage if we park the bus against the club and play Martinelli in the middle and just tell Martinelli to run and Saka to support him. I don't care, because if we're going to win a game like that, we're going to get 3 points with that game plan. Okay, do it. And then next game, when we're playing against another opposition, we play different, like we try more freedom in the attacking areas and stuff, because we're going to be more comfortable playing like that against another team. But do what's necessary against the opposition you're facing. Have different tactics, but no, we are playing the same fucking way every single game, and it's not working. We have lost the league against middle of the table teams. Why is that? Because we cannot break them down. And why can we not break them down? It's because Martinelli is isolated and is crossing the ball to nobody. Saka is doing the same. The only difference is he shoots the ball from outside the area and sometimes he scores. But we play the same way every single year, man, against every single team, and you don't win titles like that. You have to play different tactics. The tactics that suits better against any opposition. Like, I'm not gonna play like that against a Stoke City team that they are known for parking the bus, for example. I'm not gonna play like that against Wolves. I'm gonna try to break them down, because they're gonna put players behind the ball. I'm gonna try and go, be fast and run towards the defensive lines and see if they break down and shoot from far away and try to play passes in difficult situations for defenders and things like that. That's what I want to try against teams that are not as good for me. And just fast attacks. You have to attack fast. You cannot let them regroup and be all behind the ball. No, you have to attack fast these type of teams that are gonna park the bus. But no, we slow the game every single time. We are still speaking about Martin Odegaard taking 10 touches before releasing a ball while we are in a counter attack. And you're expecting me to trust this manager? No. If I see my player taking 10 touches and missing on a counter attack because he's afraid to play a pass, I'm taking him off. And that guy is our current captain. It's awful, man. And that is the only tactic that this football club has. The only tactic is give the ball to Saka, isolate Martinelli, and hope for Odegaard to release the ball at the perfect time. And it's not going to happen. So this is a very good point Tony Adams is making. A fair point as well. We had different tactics before. Tactics that suit our players and suit to beat an opposition team that was better than us. And it seems to me like the manager cannot adapt anymore against the oppositions. We couldn't adapt against PSG to try and beat them. We lost both games in the semi-final because we couldn't adapt, because we were not good enough at home. That is awful, man. Like, seriously, that's not what a proper manager does. Like, get new tactics, do some stuff. Like, get tactics that suit your players. Now that we have Gyökeres, our way of football is not gonna help him. Only if he tweaks his game style a little bit, which can happen because he's a new signing. But you know the guy scores 68 goals in a season. He just did it last season. Why don't you try and suit the attack to his strengths? That's a tactic. But we're playing the same fucking way we did last 3 seasons anyways. It's not looking good for the manager. It's not looking good, and I don't feel comfortable coming into this new season playing the same way we did on the previous ones that we lost the league. It's time now to change the tactics and get the best tactics against the oppositions that we're going to face. I am not going to park the bus against a team that will park the bus, but I am probably going to park the bus if I play Liverpool and I don't feel comfortable about my players. And if we beat Liverpool playing like that, I don't mind. You need only 3 passes to score a goal. Goalkeeper to a defender to a midfielder or striker, and then shoot the ball. You don't need to play 100 passes to score. That doesn't work. That worked for Barcelona because they had the players. That worked for us under Wenger because we had the manager. And we got some FA Cups like that. But the FA Cup we won was with the manager parking the bus. And it seems to me like he just forgot his ways of winning games. He forgot that football is about tactics, and you cannot have one simple tactic. No, you have to have different ones because you're facing different teams. So I agree definitely 100% with what Tony Adams is saying right now.
So going on and winning leagues, to win league titles, you have to be a Klopp, you have to be a Ferguson, you have to lead by example, you have to be a winner, you have to go about your business, and that reflects in your captain. And by making Odegaard a captain is a reflection of Arteta, and I can really see that. And I'm seeing Declan Rice as a captain, but I'm saying to Arteta, come on, step up now. It's your time to be a winning manager and a fantastic manager, because you're not going to win the league with Odegaard as captain. I'm sorry. It's going to be a rotation job, and you're going to get the same mentality of sometimes him and that one to come out and that one to go in and that one. You know, you've got someone in there that's going to play every game all season, that's going to encourage people to come in and do this and do that and lay the foundations of a title-winning team. Declan Rice can do that. Odegaard can't. Come on, Arteta, make him captain.
That is beautiful talk. That's a beautiful talk. Look at this scenario, and it is right. The captain is a reflection of the team. Martin Odegaard lacks creativity, doesn't release the ball at the right time, holds the ball for too long. He's not good at shooting. He lacks power. And he is weak. You can take the ball away from him very easily by just moving him shoulder to shoulder. He loses the ball. You're taking it. That's a reflection of Arsenal Football Club. We lack creativity. If a team parks the bus, we're not going to score. Or it's going to be very tough for us to score. We look weak sometimes against oppositions. We looked very weak against PSG. We looked very weak against middle of the table teams, and that's why we didn't win the league last season, and we have not won it in 3 seasons that we ended up second place. Martin Odegaard takes too many touches before releasing the ball. And he cannot get it done. Like, on those stages, he cannot play the last pass. We couldn't get the league done 3 times in a row. That's a reflection. If you ask me what we are right now, we are Martin Odegaard. Everyone is doubting if we are a challenging team this season. And almost, realist fans, like the guys that know about the football club, the guys that know football, that see Odegaard played week in, week out, are the ones that are doubting if we are serious title challengers this season. Everything I just described about Martin Odegaard is a reflection. How do we play? We isolate Martinelli and Saka. What does Martin Odegaard do? He plays the pass to an isolated Martinelli, and he plays the pass to Saka almost every single time he has the ball. He is a reflection of what we are. We are a team that cannot get it done in the final stages. We are a team that almost won something. But almost winning something doesn't mean we are a good team. It means we're bottlers. Martin Odegaard is a complete reflection of what we are. Same thing as the manager. And if we want to win something in the future, you gotta have another captain. We spoke about before, and this has been a talk of fans years ago, talking about Tierney should be the captain. Tierney was the most condecorated player at the club. He won a bunch of titles for Celtic, and it doesn't matter what league it is. He won titles. He knows what it's like to get it done at the final stages. He knows what it takes to win a league. And we don't. Hence why we have lost the last 3 seasons that we were title challengers. So this just tells me Tony Adams knows what he's talking about. And we have fans here being angry at him. No, we should not be angry. We should take in considerations talks on things that legendary players of our football club say, like Tony Adams, like Thierry Henry did as well in the Champions League. They know what it's like to win. They have won trophies for us. They made this team what it is today, a supposedly big club that wins competitions. We are not acting as a big club right now because of the people that we have around. But if we had a Tony Adams, a Thierry Henry, a Patrick Vieira, better owners as well, it will be a better team because we will have winners around the football club. And as of now, we don't have winners. We have a manager that was average for Everton and for us. That is an Everton legend, and we know how bad Everton are in general. And we have an average captain, an average player as the captain of the football club. We don't have the €100 million guy that we bought from West Ham that got West Ham to win an European trophy. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like, he made West Ham win a European trophy. West Ham is an average football club, and he got it done. That's what I want you to get, people. It's so frustrating to me, all this talk about, and the fans talking about, fuck Tony Adams, he doesn't know what it's like to be at Arsenal right now, he's a dinosaur, bro, he won us trophies, he know what it's like to get it done, he played at one of the toughest eras in world football, he knows what it's like to win League Cups, to win FA Cups, to win league titles. He was captain at 17 years. we should respect our legends, and we have not even respected Thierry Henry when he spoke about us in the Champions League. That is just a disgrace. And we're defending a manager that, as a player, got us an FA Cup and has been average. He got us like 2 or 3 FA Cups, but he has been average. He was an average player. He's an Everton legend. And we're defending this guy more than our legends, than the guys that really want this club to act big, to act as we should. It's just a disgrace of a fan base, people. Seriously. We're living in cuckoo land. It's just awful, man. Completely agree with Tony Adams, and if we don't win anything, he is going to be proof correct about everything he's saying right now. Oh, MMA, look at this guy, bro. Kam Sachimaev just moving Daniel Cormier as if he was nothing. I hope he wins it. But now, let's move on. Let's move on to Rafa Leao. Supposedly, he was never an option for us. But based on how everything in this transfer window has been moving on, it seems like he is going to be our last option available. It seems to me like we're not going to get Eze, we're not going to get Gordon, we're not going to get anyone else. We're going to just basically say, sorry, I got lost there. But basically he is going to be the only left wing available at the transfer window, and he's not in our targets. So for how things are looking right now, Ez is going to move on to Spurs. Gordon, we're not going to buy him, and Rafa Leao is going to be our last option to get a new left wing. Rodrigo, we know he's a right wing and he's going to go to Man City probably. So the only available person that we have to play on the left wing is going to be Rafa Leao. And I know people are not happy with Rafa Leao, are not happy that they are basically happy that he's not going to come to the team. But if we let Eze go, and actually Eze is more of an attacking midfielder, but that's the guy that most of the fans want. If we don't bring Eze, if Eze goes to Spurs, if we don't buy Gordon, and Rodrigo is not going to be an option, the only possible left wing that we have to buy will be Leao. And let's be fair, he's not my main option either. I just mentioned the guys that I would take before him. And we're gonna end up with the 5th option, basically. 4th or 5th option. That's not great business. That is not how you win trophies. You should be going for the best available players. And Rafa Leao is not the best available player at the moment. Worst case scenario is we're going to play Noni Madueke on the left wing. And we know he played right wing for Chelsea. So basically, instead of going for a pure left wing, we are deciding to get a right wing to play him left. So again, nothing against the player, but I don't think it's the best option. If you're going to play Noni somewhere, play him to challenge Bukayo Saka. He is an Arsenal player now. So for me, there's nothing wrong with saying Noni Madueke will either push Saka to get better or get him off the team. And we need healthy competition like that. Hopefully Noni is going to show us that he's a great player and that he will get better under us. I'm really hoping for it, but as of now, the solution that we have on the left is Noni Madueke, who is a right winger and was a right winger for Chelsea. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. Everyone is still asking for a left wing, even though we have Noni Madueke in the team, because everyone knows he's a right wing. And supposedly, the fourth option for us is not even an option. That's how bad it sounds. The main option, which is Eze, it seems like the rivals Tottenham Hotspur are gonna get him. They are moving faster than us. And there are no rumors about us getting Gordon. I would personally try and get him if we cannot get Eze. But this is how things are going right now. These news to me are basically saying that we're happy with Noni Madueke playing left wing. And we are done with the business. And we are expecting to win a league like that. It's not gonna happen, people. It's genuinely not gonna happen. Sambi Lokonga. I don't get why he's still here. We're making photo shoots for him. We know he's not gonna play. We know that we're trying to loan him out. Hopefully he's gonna go. I would even take 3 million for him. He just has to go. We have to get something out of him. He's not the player that we want at the squad. And now we have here. Well, this was before Spurs bottle it. Let's check. This one, bro. Like, look, man. And this is what I was talking about. No Leao, no Rodrigo, no Eze. Unsure for Lookman. It seems to me like we are happy with Noni Madueke left wing. So what's gonna be the replacement for Saka? Are you gonna give a chance to Nelson? Maybe I would. But still, our left side has not been fixed. And that is not great when you're gonna go on to your 6th season to try and win a league. You have to be prepared. You have to have more players. You have to bring danger every time you bring a player on. And hopefully Noni is going to show us that. But even if Noni is going to be our main left winger, we know Martinelli at the moment is not playing great. We know Leandro Trossard is not the solution. So what are we going to do? If Noni's going to be the starter at some point, are we going to bring Martinelli and isolate him as well? Again, is Martinelli a good enough option? Is Trossard going to be an impact player? What are we going to do with the guys that we have on the left? It's not looking good, people. It's not looking like we're going to be title challengers. Like, we are not moving as a team attacking wise, other than Gyökeres, but the other options are not looking good. We're not looking as a team that wants to win a league, that wants to challenge Liverpool and City to win a league. We should be getting the best players, and we should be getting guys like Leao to come off the bench at some point or be starters. It seems to me like it's gonna be Noni Madueke, and that's not great. Zinchenko talking shit. We already spoke about it. And basically the last news about Spurs basically bottling the cup. That is just great. At least we got them. Like, at least they didn't want it. And I was worried about it. I was at my job looking at the game on Google, because I wasn't able to watch the game. I just watched the highlights. But I was looking at Google, and when I saw the 2-0, I was devastated. And I genuinely thought they were going to win it. So just to look more depressed, because I was looking depressed. I went on to one of the streams of the Arsenal guys talking about the game. We were all feeling down, and thankfully PSG got to score at the 94th minute, the tie. I was kind of worried again because Vitinha lost the penalty, but thankfully PSG won the competition, and there's no more pain than the one we already had. That was Spurs winning the Europa League. But thankfully, we're not adding to that pain, and the Spurs basically lost the competition. It's great the fact that they lost, but we should not be in that position. We should not be a team to be afraid of Spurs winning titles. We should be the ones winning titles. And that's what I'm talking about, the team mentality and the fan base mentality being mediocre. Because if we are going to feel worried about Spurs winning titles, we are not good enough. We should not be worried about Spurs winning a title, because we should be the team that wins them before Spurs. And as of now, they have an an Europa League, and we have not. We have an Europa League. They will play the Champions League, and because of all this fuss, the FA Cup winners are going to be now in the Conference League. That is incredibly awful. And that just tells you that European trophies are more important than other competitions that are not the league title. They had no problem with demoting Crystal Palace to the Conference League, and now Spurs are going to be in the Champions League. Nottingham Forest are going to be playing the Europa League. It's just to show you guys that there are levels, and European cups are very important. And it pains me to say that Spurs won it first, and we have not. It's really worrying. I'm not happy with it. Like, seriously, we shouldn't be in that position. We shouldn't be in a position to be worried about Spurs winning competitions. We should be in a position to win every single trophy that we fight for, and we have not done it. And we're a laughingstock because we have ended second place in 3 league titles, and we have not won the Europa League. We have never won the Champions League, the longest team without a Champions League. And if I keep saying things, it's going to get worse and worse and worse. Not even Spurs are being laughed at European-wise. They won a Europa League first than us. They got it before us. That's not looking good for the team. And it's worrying that it happened under Mikel Arteta's tenure. And I don't get why people still want him to stay. He has not proved that he is the right manager. We have always been the team that almost wins something but never has done it. And the time we did it was with Unai Emery's team. That's a reality. It has to be a reality check for a lot of fans. We should be getting reality checks like that. And there are a lot of fans putting a blindfold on every single time we speak about Arteta. I do not get why we are not looking at the bigger picture here, and that is the bigger picture, that we are a laughingstock still, and we almost win every competition, but have never won it. And we have Spurs winning an important competition that we have never won. That is painful and shouldn't be the case for us. But as it is right now, that's basically what I had to say about Arsenal, we spoke about Zinchenko, we spoke about Tony Adams and what he had to say. Completely agree with Tony Adams. Like I said, we shouldn't be talking bad, about our captain. He has a statue outside the ground because he knows what it's like to win important titles, and he knows what it's like to be a captain. And if he says it, it has to be right. He had those shoes on. He had the armband on his arm for years. And he knows what it's like to be a captain. And Martin Odegaard has not been the better player on the pitch. I don't think off the pitch, I don't know. But on the pitch, whatever he is showing is literally a mirror of what we are. A mediocre club that has won no competition with Odegaard as captain. A mediocre club that is always lacking a small stuff to win a title. That's how we look, and that's literally a reflection of Martin Odegaard. A weak club with no creativeness, no freedom to play, and that lacks every single decision on the pitch. It lacks decision making on the pitch. And that's how Arsenal plays, and that is what our manager, yes, and our captain is. So it doesn't surprise me that we have won nothing if the manager and the captain are a reflection of what we are. And if we want to win things, we have to listen to the guys that have done it. Tony Adams has done it before. He had the armband, he had those shoes on, he knows what it's like to win, he knows what it takes to win. Same as Declan Rice, that took a mediocre average team on West Ham and made them champions of a European competition. We should be listening to our legends. Thierry Henry as well. Whatever he said, the building must be tall, very tall right now. Yes, he was completely right. Everything that Henry said was completely right, and we are just dismissing what our legends that were there, that got us the job, that got competitions for the club, that make this Arsenal club a big club at the moment, because they made Arsenal history and they got trophies to add to that Arsenal history. And we're slanging them, we're destroying them in the comments, and we're defending a shit manager that has got us nowhere. Because Henry has done it, got us trophies, won the Invincibles trophy. Like, he won a league without losing a fucking game. Tony Adams, that was a captain, that got us a bunch of trophies, that was captain since he was 17 years of age. And we are not happy with what those two legends of the club said about our club. They want this club to win. And I'm genuinely saying that they want the club to win more than what the captain and the manager have. They want this team to win more, because the manager has shown us time and time and time again that he doesn't have what it takes to win. That he is so stubborn that he's not going to take the right decision to win a game. That is not love for a football club. That, for me, that tells me you don't love the football club, because you cannot take those shits that you have inside your mind and leave them behind. No, you keep being stubborn, you keep playing the same fucking way instead of changing it. That tells me you don't love the football club more than you love yourself. And we are not winning because of that fucking manager. And we're slanging two legends, Tony Adams and Thierry Henry, that have done it, that have been there, that won competitions for us. One that had the armband since 17 years of age. Those are the guys that we should be listening every single time, and we're listening to fucking Arteta. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with this football club. I don't know what is wrong with the fan base. We should be listening and defending the legends of the club, other than the fucking manager that has been shit and has never done it. And is so stubborn that he is not going to change the tactics that got us to lose the league 3 times in a row. Again, we should be listening to Tony Adams and Thierry Henry. Hopefully the manager is going to listen and do something about it. But that's all I want to say, people. Hope you have a great day, rest of your day, and hope I can, get views. Thank you, people. Bye bye.